Okay guys, I got good news. The thread messed up stuff I found here was actually powder coating that had gotten into the threads, so they're all good. But they just need to be cleaned up. The bolt I went and got, it is a 3/8 bolt, but it's fine thread. So they're really annoying to get started. It does work. I'll show you later. So now I did call Hotchkiss and they did say that I can cut these to fit that flange. So what I'm gonna do is cut it to kind of match that and just have this over here to fit it. And the good thing is that this is a magnet. That's actually steel, whereas the body, there's nothing magnetic, it's aluminum. So the good thing is that these ears are steel, so I feel better about that. Let me cut those ears off and show you how they fit when I'm done. Okay, ears are cut off. Don't talk to me, I'm recording. Hold on a sec. So they both fit. So now I'll just go clean these up on the grinder and call it good. Hey guys, I just want to point out something obvious when putting in coil springs is they need to seat properly in the bucket up there. Now some cars, I guess like Camaros or something, have like a metal ring, and that this has to go around that ring. If it doesn't, it'll sit on it and not seat fully properly and be lower in the bucket, but this doesn't have that. This just has a nice even recess, but I've already checked a couple times when first putting it up there that it didn't go in straight and didn't seat in that ring nice. So just make sure that you're getting it to seat nice in that ring up there. I don't know if that'll show it, but hopefully it does. Hopefully that shows it. Anyways, you want it to seat nice in that ring up there, so just take a few extra minutes to make sure that it's going up into the bucket nice and straight. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the ball joints down just a little bit, not fully, and then see if we took care of that shock problem. So let me do that real quick. You guys, this is some of the dumbest crap I've seen. How does this pass quality control? Okay, I'm putting the shock on. Look at the bolt heads. Look how close they are to here. There's no freaking way I can get a sock on that. So now I have to find like some Allen head bolts to go in that spot, which is going to be freaking stupid. I just don't understand. If they're going to make you use this plate, they should provide you with bolts, because this is just annoying and stupid. And you think that quality control would take care of this. QA1, listen. Provide bolts for shocks that actually fit. Dumbasses. Okay guys, I'm on the other side of the car, and I was just double checking the coil spring before I put the shock in. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Let me see if I can show you this. Can you guys see that? The coil spring is not centered up there. So it might look like it's okay out here, but it's not up there. So I'm gonna loosen it up, make sure it seats properly, and then lift it up and then get the ball joint back on. So yeah, that's what I was trying to show you. And if I didn't check it, this one would have been way off, and it probably would have settled eventually, but it probably would have been like a crazy loud thud and freaked the crap out of me. So yeah. Okay, before I get the bolts for the shocks, I'm just going to move on to something else, which is going to be brakes, front disc brake conversion. So I was just getting the parts kind of laid out, and instructions, you're supposed to take off your existing arms, which are these, These will be attached to the back of your drums. I did label them passenger and driver because they're kind of mirrored from each other. That's how they go. This is the driver's, this is the passenger, so they kind of angle into the underside of the car, I guess. So this is flat, it kind of bends in a little bit. Same with this one. So the first thing it does say to do is to drill out these holes right here to 1/2 inch. Because I guess right now they're 7/16. I think it would be these bolts. Let me check. Huh, those fit. Maybe I don't have to drill them out. I'm not going to drill nothing until I start mocking it up. Let's do that. Alright, brakes. Let's go do this. So I did set these plates on here. Only being held on by one bolt. But you can see that I torqued down the ball joints and I put the cotter pins in there. So you put this piece in the back, this piece in front of it, and then we will put the steering arm behind it. They said you're supposed to drill your steering arm out from 7/16 to 1/2 inch for these bolts, but it's already 1/2 inch. So, bummer, I gotta put dirty parts back in here. There they are. There's the steering arm back there. I am just going to throw these nuts on the back of those two bolts, and tighten this bolt, and after I tighten this bolt, I bend these two tabs over to kind of lock it into place, since that's like the main bolt. So we put these on, and then the next thing we'll do is prep the bearings and put them on the rotor and get those ready to put onto the spindle. Ooh, I gotta make sure I'm not pinching any masking tape. Oh, and by the way, I went and got the right shock bolts. So I ended up going with some Allen heads. Let's see. Right there. So shocks are completely bolted now. Note, hex head bolts will not work. Has to be an Allen heads, otherwise the heads hit the body of the inner lining of that little center section. So be right back, and we'll keep going on these brakes. Alright guys, time to pack some bearings and throw them into the rotors. I got this new bearing packing tool, so I'm looking forward to trying this out. I filled up this whole thing, fit in there. And basically, okay, so it's just starting to come out those holes. So what you do is you put the bearing in there, put this on there, and this will force grease up into the bearing. Let me get this set up and I'll show you. Okay, the race is already in there, so I'm actually going to push some of this through so I can get some grease. And pre-grease this. Let's do more than that. All right. What am I doing? I can just see grease starting to pucker out of there. There it comes. Can you see that? I'll move this so you guys can see. See how that grease coming through there? Like, yeah. Let me try and get a little bit more. There we go. Don't worry, I'll clean that brake clean up. Okay, and so then I just need to hammer the seal in. I'll do that real quick. I'll waste a pair of gloves for you guys. This didn't work the best. Okay, let me just fine tune that. I hope I didn't jack that up, and then put some grease on that seal lip. And I'm gonna do the other one so I can put these both on. Okay, brake rotor is on, it spins good. And there's no play, so I am going to throw the dust cap on and call it this side good. Okay, fellas, brakes are on, except for calipers. I figured since I can put the wheels on and check the height of the car without the calipers, I'll do that before I start putting everything together, just in case it's not low enough and I need to take everything back apart for drop spindles. So I'm going to loosely hook up the tie rod end to the steering arm just so they stay straight. And then I'm going to put the wheels on, and we're going to put this on the ground and see if it's any lower. Crossing fingers. Okay guys. Wheels are on. Jack stands are moved. I have not lowered this down yet. This will be the moment of truth. Lower A-arms are loose. That way they can still flex. You're not supposed to tighten them up until you get weight on the car. So let's lower it down and see where it sits. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Well, the jack's bottomed out. Let's see if we can get it out. That's still really low. Why does that feel bottomed out? That literally feels bottomed out. Uh-oh. This is not good. Let's get the tape measure and look. We were on 23 inches before. Let's see. We're like a 1/4 inch higher, guys. 23 1/4. We only went up a 1/4 inch. And if these springs settle too much, we might have a problem. I mean, I guess there's some bounce to it. You can see the A-arms moving. What do I do? What do I do? We do research. We do some research. All right. I guess good thing is that, well, they're even. They're both at 23 1/4. I'm a little nervous. We only get a 1/4 inch. I need to get a hold of Hotchkiss and ask them if these springs are going to settle. If they're not, I mean, if they're not, we might be okay. If they are going to settle a bit, then I need to get some kind of spacer. I would be happy if we ended up, when this is all said and done, like a 1/2 inch more than what we were. So at like 23 1/2. But I don't know. I like it low. So I still have to do the calipers and the tie rod ends. But it's only Thursday for me. I'll have this video up either tonight or tomorrow. And I think I'm gonna finish this up, and I'm still gonna take it for a drive like this and see how it handles. If it handles good and it works, I might just roll with it. Or I might have to get a little isolator on the springs to lift it up a little bit. But this weekend, I'm gonna take it for a drive, and we're gonna see how it does before we make any major decisions. But right now, shorty is low. I'm gonna show you guys a couple more things before I actually end this. Some science. So I got the wheel compressed up in here, and see if you can see this. The shock. There's about 2 fingers width of shock left before it bottoms out, and there's about 1 finger of gap before the bump stop hits. Just want to throw that in the mix for you guys to think about. This is probably what I'm gonna have to tell Hotchkiss when I get a hold of him. So let that complete. If you guys have any opinions, let me know what you think. It's gonna suck if I have to buy different springs, because these springs are almost $200. So. posted. I'm still gonna try this.